Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. I am Rabiatul Adawi binti Nur Amli from group 16. So today we will talk about gender equality. So this is our group members, me Rabiatul Adawi binti Nur Amli, and then we have Kak Azlina, and then Ummu Sarah, Dayang Nur Aini Ajla, and Bibiana. This is our group icon, gender equality. As we can see, have like symbol for male and female. So the meaning of gender equality is fundamental human right, the rights, responsibilities and opportunities of individuals not depends on gender. Male and female should have the same opportunities, same responsibilities and same rights. The objective of gender equality is necessary foundation for a peaceful and sustainable world. Next, women and men enjoy the same opportunities, right and obligation. How can we show the gender equality? First, share household chores equally. Reject and avoid racist attitudes. The third one, pay the same salary for equal work. As we can see and as we know, some same job, but men get paid higher more than women. Why? The reason because they say men have many more commitment than a woman. Next, empowerment in the workplace. The last one is prevents by violence against women and girls. So this slide will talk about research about gender equality. Next, media analysis. The third one is challenge and opportunities, case studies and promoting gender equality. Okay, the goal of gender equality is gender-based violence, bodily autonomy and sexual and reproductive health and rights, feminist action for climate justice, economic justice and rights. Next is technology and innovative for gender equality, is feminist movement and leadership. Example of gender equality: women do unpaid job at home. In the first introduction, we already talk about this. We need to divide the job at home equally between men and women. So all the job taking care of home and family did not only on women's shoulder. Next, second example is equal pay for equal work. This is the third time I mentioned about this. Equally of workforce, time and energy. It is mean need to pay with equal salary even for a woman and still can get a promoting in position equally as men. Okay, next is zero tolerance or for sexual harassment. We need 0% of sexual harassment. We don't want any sexual harassment happen in this world. So all gender should can feel safe from sexual harassment and be respect from bully in workplace, school, society or wherever they are. So the fourth point is economic equality. The society will get the benefits if all gender get the equal work and poverty rate can be reduced. Next is improve education. Gender equality in education give benefits to all kids in the school system. Women that get proper education will be more productive and healthy based on the research. Next, better health. Research shows that inequality of gender give a negativity for health, including family plan, mother and kids health, nutrition, pandemic disease and more. 1 in 3 women and girls have already experienced physical or sexual violence. This is the bar percentage of how many women being killed and seek out for help in 2020 until 2023 last year. So as we can see, the women that already experienced physical or sexual violence that sought out for help only 40%. Economic justice and rights. In 1990, women received 30% of global labor income, and the latest percentage that I get is they just improved to 34%. Bodily autonomy and sexual reproductive health and rights. In 2020, the global maternal mortality ratio was 223 deaths per 100,000 live birth. We move to the feminist action for climate justice. Provided data and analysis on women's participation in climate diplomacy and land ownership. Agriculture land is owner for agriculture land is more than 30.2%. Agriculture workers is 37.7%. The women who join National Party is 31.6% and the heads of delegation is 17.5%.
Hai, Assalamualaikum. Nama saya Azlina Andau, saya dari grup 16. Dalam konteks analisis media yang berkaitan dengan kesaksamaan jantina, adalah penting untuk mengkaji bagaimana media mempengaruhi persepsi masyarakat terhadap peranan dan kedudukan gender. Berikut adalah beberapa aspek yang boleh dianalisis. Media harus memainkan peranan penting dalam membentuk pendapat umum tentang kesaksamaan gender dan mengukuhkan masyarakat untuk mengatasi stereotip gender di Malaysia. Berikut adalah beberapa aspek yang boleh dianalisis. Misalnya, wanita kurang diberi perhatian dan digambarkan sebagai tidak penting dalam media. Apabila wanita membuat kemunculan di media, mereka digambarkan sebagai objek seks, suri rumah, mangsa keganasan rumah tangga dan konflik. Dan mereka menjadi berita muka depan ketika mereka terlibat dalam aktiviti yang tidak sesuai dengan tanggapan masyarakat tentang apa yang seharusnya dan tidak seharusnya wanita buat. Ini adalah perkara yang kita harus perbaiki pada masa depan, yang wanita harus ditonjolkan sebagai pemimpin dan pengurus yang baik, dan juga memberi tumpuan kepada mereka yang terlibat dalam industri yang lebih mencabar. Contohnya sektor minyak dan gas, kejuruteraan dan aviation. Media mesti sensitif terhadap isu-isu wanita dan bertindak sebagai alat untuk memupuk kesaksamaan gender dan menyampaikan maklumat kepada masyarakat yang semua manusia mempunyai hak yang sama tanpa mengira gender, umur, warna dan agama. Sebagai contoh, dahulu pilot adalah salah satu pekerjaan yang dimonopoli oleh lelaki, tapi kini tidak lagi kerana ramai wanita telah mencuburi bidang ini. Contohnya, Lieutenant Colonel Emilia Kamarudin adalah seorang wanita sejarah kerana Emilia merupakan wanita pertama di Malaysia yang menjadi juruterbang pesawat pejuang yang sekaligus menaikkan imej wanita dalam bidang ketenteraan. Siapa kata wanita itu kaum yang lemah? Kempen media sosial menyeru agar kerajaan dan semua pihak berkepentingan yang berkait untuk merealisasikan matlamat pembangunan lestari dengan meningkatkan usaha bagi memajukan kesaksamaan gender, menghapuskan segala bentuk diskriminasi dan keganasan terhadap wanita, dan mempromosikan pemerkasaan wanita dalam semua bidang ke arah memastikan kehidupan yang berkualiti, bukan sahaja bagi mereka yang terpinggir, malah untuk semua wanita dan kanak-kanak perempuan di Malaysia. Terima kasih.
Gender misinformation is a pervasive issue that plagues our society. From a young age, we are bombarded with societal expectations and stereotypes based on our assigned gender. These stereotypes are reinforced by media, family, and peers, leading us to believe that there are strict and narrow rules that must be adhered to based on our gender. However, the reality is that gender is complex and fluid concept, and these societal expectations often do more harm than good. Misinformation about gender not only limits individuals from expressing their true identities, but also perpetuate harmful gender norms and reinforce harmful power dynamics. The most common forms of gender misinformation is belief that there are only two genders, male and female. This binary view of gender ignores the experience of those who identify as non-binary, gender queer, or gender fluid. It also erases the existence of intersex individuals who are born with physical sex characteristics that do not fit typical definition of male or female. By perpetuating this belief, we are denied the validity and identify a significant portion of the population, leading to feelings of isolation and discrimination. Moreover, gender misinformation also perpetuates harmful power dynamics, particularly towards women and marginalized genders. The idea that men are inherently stronger and more capable than women is a prime example of this. This belief not only undermines the abilities and achievement of women, but also leads to a culture of toxic masculinity where men are expected to be dominant and aggressive and women are expected to be submissive and passive, and not only to limit individual from fully expressing their gender, but also leads to systematic issues such as gender pay gap and gender-based violence. Gender media bias is a pervasive issue that has a profound impact on society. It refers to the unequal treatment and representation of individuals based on their gender in the media. The bias is evident in various forms of media, including television, film and advertising, and also news coverage. While the media is often considered a reflection of society and also has the power to shape societal norms and beliefs. The most alarming aspect of gender media bias is perpetuation of gender stereotypes. These kinds of stereotypes are often based on outdated and harmful notions of what it means to be a man or woman. For example, like women are typically portrayed as emotional, passive, and reliant on men, while men are portrayed as strong, rational, and dominant. Gender media bias also evident is a underrepresentation of women in position of power and authority. In films and television shows, men are often portrayed as leaders, CEOs, and politicians, while women are relegated to supporting roles or portrayed as sexual objects. This lack of representation not only reinforces the idea that men are more capable and deserve of power, but also sends a message to women that they are not fit for the leadership roles. Gender media bias also extends to the portrayal of LGBT for individual itself. In many cases, they are either completely erased from the media or depicted as stereotypes, perpetuating harmful and inaccurate ideas about their identities. This lack of representation and misrepresentation can have a detrimental impact on their self-esteem and well-being of LGBT and individual itself. Last but not least, gender media bias is a complex and multifaceted issue that has far-reaching consequences, and it not only perpetuates harmful stereotypes and reinforces gender inequality, but also contributes to a culture of discrimination and violence. It is crucial for media organizations to take responsibility for their role in perpetuating gender bias and strive towards more diverse and exclusive representation.
Assalamualaikum and hi. So today I will be present this slide about case study. My name is Dayang Nur Aimi Ajla binti Eroslan and my metric number is B2311611099. So in this slide we'll talk about real world case studies based on gender equality issues. So the definition of gender equality issues is the state in which access to rights or opportunities is unaffected by gender and imperative to human rights and peaceful societies, and has been proven by myriad research to be important for all communities to thrive. Example for gender equality issues is equal pay for equal work and zero tolerance for sexual harassment and gender-based bias. So real world case studies that I found is combating sexual harassment at the workplace in Malaysia. Between 1999 and August 2002, a total of 310 complaints of sexual harassment were lodged with the Ministry of Human Resources. For a total formal workforce in the private sector in Malaysia of 5 million, the Ministry of Human Resources currently receives about 10 complaints of sexual harassment a year. The figures therefore suggest that the reported occurrence of sexual harassment in Malaysia is relatively low. Next, that I found a real world case study based on gender equality issues is India, that enhancing energy-based livelihoods for women micro-entrepreneurs. So this is the look about case study in India, enhancing energy best livelihoods for women micro-entrepreneur. So in India, the enhancing energy-based livelihoods for women micro-entrepreneurs involves providing access to sustainable and reliable energy solutions to support their entrepreneurial activities. These can include initiatives such as providing solar-powered equipment, clean cooking technologies, or renewable energy sources that empower women to start or expand their businesses. By improving access to energy, these entrepreneurs can enhance productivity, extend business hours, and diversify the economic activities, contributing to economic empowerment and gender equality. A case study in India focusing on enhancing energy-based livelihoods for women micro-entrepreneurs can have significant impact. It may showcase how providing sustainable energy solutions empowers women economically, leading to increased income and financial independence. This, in turn, could contribute to poverty reduction and community development. Additionally, such a case study could inspire policy changes and initiatives to support women's entrepreneurship and access to clean energy, fostering sustainable development in the country. Next, it is important to note that while initiatives to enhance energy-based livelihoods for women micro-entrepreneurs generally aim to promote gender equality, there could be potential negative impacts. For example, challenges may arise if the program inadvertently reinforces existing gender stereotypes, fails to consider diverse needs, or if women face increased workloads without corresponding support. A comprehensive case study should assess and address any unintended consequences to ensure that the initiative genuinely contributes to gender equality without unintentionally reinforcing gender-based inequalities. Indeed, a case study focusing on enhancing energy-based livelihoods for women micro-entrepreneurs in India directly relates to gender equality. By empowering women with access to sustainable energy solutions, it addresses gender disparities, promotes economic inclusivity, and contributes to a more equitable society. This type of initiative can help bridge the gender gap in entrepreneurships, fostering a path towards greater gender equality in economic opportunities and decision making. So next we look at the case study of combating sexual harassment at the workplace in Malaysia that I mentioned before. So sexual harassment is above all a manifestation of power relations. Women are much more likely to be victims of sexual harassment precisely because they more often that men lack power, are in more vulnerable and insecure positions, lack self-confidence, or have been socialized to suffer in silence. In order to understand why women endure the vast majority of sexual harassment, it is important to look at some of the underlying causes of this phenomenon. So there are two types of gender discrimination. Gender discrimination is a broad term used to describe two types of unlawful workplace behavior. The first of these involves making decisions that confer an employment benefit solely based on an employee genders or sex. Some examples of this type of behavior are refusing to hire a woman, giving a woman promotion over a man solely because of his gender, or paying women less money than men to do the same job. The second type of unlawful gender discrimination is sexual harassment. The most common type of sexual harassment, a hostile a hostile work environment discrimination. This occurs when a co-worker's or supervisor's behavior creates a hostile, intimidating, or offensive environment at work. Behavior that interferes with a person's ability to do his or her job may also create a hostile work environment. Keep in mind that men can be the victims of sexual harassment too. Additionally, sexual harassment is not limited to parties or to parties of the opposite sex. Men can sexually harass men, and women may harass women. If you are unsure as to whether you have been sexually harassed, so ask a knowledgeable attorney. Combating sexual harassment at the workplace in Malaysia involves implementing measures and policies to prevent, address, and eliminate the instance of sexual harassment. This includes creating a work environment and promotes respect, equality, and open communication. Companies may establish clear anti-sexual harassment policies, conduct training sessions, and provide channel for reporting incidents confidentially. Legal frameworks in Malaysia also play a role in addressing workplace harassment. The aim is to foster a safe and inclusive workplace, ensuring that all employees can work without fear or harassment or discrimination. Next is combating sexual harassment requires a comprehensive approach, including promoting gender equality. This involves fostering a culture of respect, implementing clear policies, providing training, and encouraging open communication to address and prevent harassment. However, the negative impacts of combating sexual harassment at the workplace for a country are generally minimal. Last but not least, some challenges might include potential resistance to change, initial costs associated with implementing preventive measures, and, in rare cases, false accusations that can harm reputations. Despite these challenges, the long-term benefits of creating a safer, more inclusive work environment often outweigh these drawbacks. Addressing sexual harassment contributes to improved employee well-being, increased productivity, and a positive reputation for the country's workplace. So that all's from me. Thank you.
Idea of promoting gender equality flagship, one of them is entrepreneurship and economic empowerment. Entrepreneurship and economic empowerment play a crucial role in advancing gender equality by providing women with the tools, resources, and opportunities needed to thrive in the business world. Gender make a difference regarding business aim, business performance, and success. Overall, the result emphasizes the need to look at entrepreneurship within its social and economic context, which also might explain difference often taken as gender-related ones. The main point is collaborative initiatives, public-private partnership. That means foster collaboration between government, private sector entities, and non-profit organizations to create holistic, effective, and address the diverse needs of women entrepreneurs. Industry collaboration also encourages collaborations between women entrepreneurs within industries to share best practice, resource, and support network. After that, monitoring evaluation. Establish KPI to make sure the impact of the initiative. Regularly assess and research is the effective of the program and make adjustments as needed. On top of that, networking opportunities. Business networking events makes organized events, conference, and networking platforms that connect women entrepreneurs with industry leaders, potential partner, and investor. Online platform also create digital platform and facilitates virtual networking, allowing women entrepreneurs to connect globally and share experience and opportunity. The last one is technology and innovation. Tech entrepreneurship. That means encourage women participation in technology and innovation sectors by providing training, mentorship, and access to resources in this field. Digital platform also do the role support the development of digital platform that empower women entrepreneurs to leverage e-commerce and online marketing for their business. The conclusion is, by addressing this aspect, society can create an environment that empowers women to participate fully in the economic landscape, fostering sustainable and development and contributing to the overall goal of gender equality. Remember that successful implementation requires collaboration among government, NGO, business, and communities. Regularly assess the incentive program, adapt strategies as needed, and celebrate achievement to maintain momentum and support. That's all from us. Thank you.